Hi, I'm Rex. Welcome to Bookish Brits. This month, as Valentine's Day is here, I thought I would talk about my favourite romances. So I've got two categories of romance that I like. I've got my classic romance and I've got my modern chick lit. I know some people don't like that name, but that kind of genre of romance. Now, firstly, I'm going to address the fact that a lot of people think of chick lit as a guilty pleasure. It is not a guilty pleasure, it is merely a pleasure because it is just fun and joyful, and you don't have to worry about the weight of the world and everything. You can just get into it. It's relatively predictable, or at least most of them are, but everyone tries to bring something new to the genre. And fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. So no more guilt, just enjoy it. So I noticed that with the more classic stuff, and two of my favourite romantic novels of all time are Persuasion by Jane Austen and The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. And I realised that both have a common theme. They are both about waiting for someone that you love and waiting for the right time. And with Persuasion, it works out. And with The Age of Innocence, it doesn't. So I picked two really quite relatively depressing, not fun romances, but I do think they are both incredibly romantic and I absolutely love them. So, but let's have a bit more fun with it. So with the chick lit genre, there are a couple that I really recommend and I thoroughly, if you just want to just forget and just enjoy yourself, then the ones I recommend firstly is Sophie Kinsella's The Undomestic Goddess. It's about a lawyer and she fucks up and then has to run off. She gets on a train and runs off to the countryside and reinvents herself and just is sort of sticking her head in the sand and forgetting about having to deal with the reality of life. And then the comedy ensues around the fact that nobody knows who she actually is and the assumptions people make about her and all sorts of silliness, and it's predictable. And that's what I liked about it. It was like, it's like, a lot of these are like watching rom-coms, and I love watching rom-coms too, so why not enjoy that? One that surprised me was Ayisha Malik's Sophia Khan Is Not Obliged, which the main character is an Asian Muslim, which I've never seen in this genre before at all, so that was great fun and still follows the same sort of rom-com formula, but it was just enjoyable and it had a few elements that, brought some layers to it, and in a way it's set in London as well, so there was a lot of familiarity for me, and I just, again, great read. One I read on holiday was At the Wedding by Dunn, and so I'd been to Barcelona a few years before I read it, so again, there was a lot of familiarity. It's about, a group of friends that all go off to a wedding in that city and all their different relationships and what's going on around that wedding. Kind of got that Four Weddings and a Funeral vibe, but again, lots of fun, just silly. In fact, as I already mentioned, Sophie Kinsella, the Shopaholic series is one that I really enjoyed many moons ago. And I just think there's so much to choose from in that genre. Pick up your chick lit, whether it's guilty or not, whether you like that name or not, and have some fun this Valentine's Day. Whether it's that or like if you prefer the more depressing stuff like I sometimes do as well. There's always that, and there's plenty more out there. It's like having a big tub of ice cream at the end of the day. And who doesn't want a big tub of ice cream at the end of the day if you can have one? So I would love to know what kind of romances you find enjoyable, whether you're with me with the depressing stuff or the fun stuff or something completely different. Let me know, put some recommendations of your own in the comments, and have a great Valentine's Day.